iOS is better than Android. Here's 5 reasons why. Number 1. Software updates and security. Apple's update procedure to older devices is much more generous and consistent than Android's. For example, the iPhone 5S, which was released 5 years ago, can still get the latest software and most of those features that go along with it. You'll be really hard pushed to find a 5-year-old Android device with the latest version of Android on it. Hell, most brand new Android phones don't always come with the latest version of the software because they're so busy skinning it or adding brand-based features or just making it worse in many cases. Apple's 5-year or so update period means that your phone will stay secure for longer, and to a degree, you won't get left behind on any software-based features either. 2. iMessage. I have friends that won't move away from iPhone purely because they're so entrenched into iMessage, and when I switched to Android, I can safely say this was the hardest thing to let go of. iMessage for iPhone is a quintessential Apple feature. It only works on Apple devices and links the people that use them together even closer. It's also the home of Apple-specific features too. An emoji, for instance, is built right into iMessage, as is stickers, games, and other text effects. I'm actually kind of surprised that Android hasn't tried to replicate this in the standard messenger. The closest they have to it is Google Allo, but I'm pretty sure not many people even know about that. Perhaps it's the wealth of other options out there such as WhatsApp, Hangouts, and Facebook Messenger that makes Google feel like there isn't much need to really push it. But for many people out there, iMessage is what makes an iPhone. Number 3. Continuity. If you live in the Apple ecosystem, iOS plays deftly into everything else Apple makes. This means as long as you're synced up, you can send messages, take phone calls, FaceTime, and even sync files between your iPhone and other Apple products, all super seamlessly. There's nothing quite like the surprise of your laptop ringing when you're using it instead of your phone, and being able to take the call right then and there. There are Android versions of this to a degree with applications like Slack and WhatsApp Web, but Apple's first-party integration of them really gives you that sense that they're all working as one. 4. App quality. iPhone often gets apps first, and in the case of many apps such as Snapchat, are outright better. This has become less of a problem than it used to be, with many companies releasing apps for both platforms at the same time, but where it's most obvious is in the tablet space. Android apps are very often just scaled up phone apps, while the iPad and the Pro line especially have dedicated apps that take full advantage of that screen real estate, not to mention all the apps that are tailored specifically for the Apple Pencil. Number 5. The Apple Watch. Of course, the Apple Watch only works with iPhone, that's not a surprise, but the Apple Watch is actually one of the best wearables out there. There's almost no Android competitor that's a de facto wearable like the Apple Watch is for iPhone. Not only is it a great looking piece of tech, which is really important for a watch, but it's highly capable as a fitness tracker, often negating the need for something a bit more dedicated. And for those of us that aren't too focused on exercise, the watch is great for using Apple Pay, quickly checking on notifications, or making and answering phone calls. With the watch in Series 3 currently, there's no sign of Apple giving up on the watch either, which is great to know as many other companies don't seem to focus so heavily on wearables. So those are the 5 reasons why I think iOS beats out Android. There's obviously a huge array of other reasons which might make you want to pick an iPhone over an Android phone, but I think those are the ones that really stick out to me. Like I said in a previous video, it's really good to remember that you just pick the phone that works best for you. Anyway, make sure you watch the sister video to this one, and if you enjoyed it, pop a like and I will see you in the next one.